Okay, welcome everybody to another Creativity League. This is Creativity by MTGO user DarthStone. So Creativity I've played quite a lot of Creativity before, both in paper and online, and I've always really liked the deck. It kind of fallen out of favour. I think it just, the meta shifted and there were better things to be doing, but you've got a powerful plan, and DarthStone managed to go second in the Modern Challenge, and I've seen a couple of people have then taken another look at the deck and managed to do well in leagues and things. So we'll have a look at it. So it's first thing to note, it's not the kind of Jund strategy that I've played quite a lot of before, where you've got Thoughtseize and you run the looting persist package for Archon and whatever. We're quite Planeswalker heavy with 3 Ren and 6/3 to Fairy. Got some sort of controlling elements with Spell Snare and Reprieve. Then we also have 3 Paw Patch formations. I guess it's worth saying, if people haven't seen the deck before, what we're trying to do is creativity on a token, and then we only have big threats in the deck to hit with it. Tokens made mostly by fetching Dwarven Mine, where if it's your 4th land, your 4th mountain, it comes in and makes a dwarf, and then you can creativity it into a creature. But we also have 4 copies of Fable of the Mirrorraker that obviously makes tokens, Paw Patch Formation, which can make tokens. So yeah. The most interesting thing, I'll just touch on the removal. So we have 4 Galvanic Discharge, which we don't really have any other energy stuff, so this is in the Lightning Bolt slot. I guess it's just maybe whoever the person that sort of brewed this decided that Lightning Bolt going to face doesn't really matter, and it's more important to be able to save some energy to discharge something bigger later. You can notably, you can, if you discharge something small in turn 1 and you store 2 energy, you can then deal 5 damage later. But we're also running Leyline Binding, so we've got the appropriate triomes here to enable Leyline Binding. And then the interesting ones are the threats. So the normal one is Archon of Cruelty, which you see here is 6/6 ETB or attack. Opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, and they discard a card, and they lose 3 life, and you draw a card and gain 3 life. That was always the biggest one. Then we've got Valgavoth, which has seen play as well. So it's a flying lifelink 9/9 with wards, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents, so quite difficult to interact with. It Leyline avoids your opponent, and then during your turn, you can play cards exiled with it by paying life equal to its mana value rather than its mana cost. So, very good against graveyard strategies. Big flying lifelinker. And then we've got Raph and Mikey. Mickey? I think Mikey. Troublemakers from the Ninja Turtles set. And this is a 7/7 trample haste. When it attacks, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you get a creature card, which you put onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. So if you manage to attack and then you hit Archon, you get the trigger. You don't get the attack trigger because it's already attacking. Or you can get Valgavoth, big life swing. I'm not sure about this card. So my worry is that you hit it with creativity. Say you creativity for 1, you hit this, and then go to combat, and then the opponent just solitudes it or Leyline Bindings it, and then you don't really get anything. Whereas if you hit Archon, you've at least drawn the card, and you've 3 for 1, 4 for 1, or whatever. But definitely willing to give it a go. And the other thing, I suppose, is it's quite easy to cast in this deck. 5 red. As in mana colours, not you have to get to turn 7, maybe a bit earlier with Fable making treasures. Another way if someone surgical is your creativities or whatever. So interesting list. Sideboard, The only other creature that we've got to bring in is Elish Norn, very good against blink strategies. Do need to be careful into Flage, because the opponent can then put a Flage out and it will just, you won't have the sack trigger, you won't have the lightning helix trigger either. But yeah, load of Orm's Chance, Mystical Disputes, load of sort of counter magic, the pretty much compulsory 4 consigned to memories if you're playing blue, and then 3 copies of Brotherhood's End as well for the kind of Boros affinity matchups. So yeah, really excited to give this one a go. Let's jump into it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope everyone's doing very well wherever you're watching from. Playing, I'm still focused quite heavily on standard, although it's the modern season coming up, so going to be turning focus to that. But there is the Spotlight series in London in a month or so, so we're going to be going to that, and the main event is standard, so wanting to pick a deck and settle with it. But yeah, attention definitely turning back towards modern in some respect. Start off with an awful hand, easy mulligan, no lander, and then we find a really good hand. Turn 2 Ren and 6, we've got Reprieve as well. I think I'm going to be fairly greedy and bottom a land. Worth noting, we are running basic planes to deal with pesky blood moons. Okay. Lead off with a Scalding Tarn and pass. Probably should have, well, could have led with Arid Mesa there to make people think we're Boros. Flood Strand. I think I am going to go and get, right, we need to be careful with what we get. So Mountain Forest Plains, if we then get, we haven't got Swamp. If we get Xander's Lounge, Stomping Ground, that is, no, not Domain. Oh, we can only get Domain with one of these anyway. So the colour that doesn't really matter is black. So let's just get Jetmir's Garden, Steam Vents. Okay, we do find another land. I'm very interested in this Ren and 6 resolving, but if it doesn't, at least we found another land. So Mountain Forest Plains. Yeah, we'll just grab a Steam Vents here. Play Ren and 6. Ren and 6 fallen out of favour as well. Like, I'm a bit worried about Spell Snare, Spell Pierce, but I think worth it here. Control isn't overly popular. Right, opponent goes and gets a Triome as well. What do we think about that? So this is Sultai colours and then a basic. Is Rhinos or something? I could reprieve this, but I don't think I want to. Another Fable. So let's go plus here. I'll play the Arid Mesa again in case we want to go and grab a basic plains. Happy enough to just sit and play the Ren and 6 game. I did see someone posting on Reddit about rhinos. Well, I'm going to fetch here. So we haven't got black. I think I will just grab Xander's Lounge now. Opponent has to discard. Discard Bloodbraid Elf. Okay. I think I am mostly interested in holding up this reprieve. If I play a land that can tap for white, I can hold up both, which probably doesn't matter. I think we'll just... I think that's better. Do that. Play our land and then pass. Like Renner 6 is on 6. I think just holding up while we can. Like the opponent's really stuck on mana, so reprieve is really good here. Birthing Ritual. Okay, I'm actually going to let that one resolve. And then just binding it. And then we can just go and grab Surveil Land. Do not want another Renin 6. Sacred Foundry, okay, plus. So it serves sort of Sultai Ritual, although they are running Bloodbraid Elf, which is interesting. Play the Mesa, and I will now go ahead and play Fable. I think I'm just, yeah, I mean, we're just turbo ulting the Renin 6 because we've got the reprieve in hand. Opponent does find a land. So yeah, then we can just reprieve everything they do. Binding. Yeah, I'm happy enough to reprieve this and then ultimate the Renin 6. Do you have to fetch basic planes here? They could have a spell snare or something, but yeah, we're just in such good shape here. We ultimate the Renin 6 and then we just have 3 copies of reprieve every turn. Okay, so Birthing Ritual can't be countered by Strix. We saw Binding, so yeah. Oh, okay, I do know what this is. This is the like Omnath style deck, I think. We definitely want Elish Norn here. With Leyline Binding and probably Solitude, I'm going to trim a Raph. Prismatic Ending's fine. Discharge, not overly great. Oh, Spell Snare's good. We just go like that. Anything else? Pullback Formation's good. Reprieve's good. Yeah, I think this is fine. Go with that. Right, so we open a triple creativity hand. This is a little bit awkward, but it does have Prismatic Ending for a turn 2 Birthing Ritual. I think I'm going to try it. So just go Surveil, look for another land. Like if we can Fable into creativity. Wouldn't mind finding a land right away, of course. Pullback Formation, a decent draw. Okay, we do find our next land on time. Bit of an awkward land because you have double Thundering Falls. Going to want to fetch ideally the Triome here. We may not have that luxury if they go Birthing Ritual, because then we'll need to. Okay, well, they get a Surveil land. They put Birthing Ritual into the graveyard, which is interesting. Okay, so we just play a land and pass. If they go like Shardless Agent into Birthing Ritual, I will Paw Patch Formation the Birthing Ritual. Quantum Riddler. Okay, Paw Patch Formation can also deal with Quantum Riddler if they ephemerate it. Okay. So now, yeah, I'm just going to go and get the Triome here. Question is, do we play Fable? I think the answer is yes. Mountain, so we need plains and forests. So yeah, Jetmir's Garden fits the bill. Ooh, Renin 6 is... That's tempting. I think Fable is the higher upside. I think I'm just going to go Fable here. Plays around Spell Snare. We're just playing this kind of fair game at the moment. Get to look for lands next turn. Opponent puts one on top. Could be like a Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, Shardless Agent. So that is good. They hit Birthing Ritual. Do they show us anything else? They do show us Omnath. Force of Vigor has been kept in. See what they hit from their Shardless. They are now tapped out. They don't show us a Force of Negation. What have they hit? Ooh, Witch Enchanter's pretty good. Okay, we do find a land, so we could go attack. If they block, we can't Creativity. So I think I want to wait. I think I just want to go Renin 6, tick up, Prismatic ending the Birthing Ritual. Yeah, okay. Do I attack? I think I attack. Let's attack first, because making the treasure is good. If they don't block, there's a question over whether we should Creativity. Okay, they do block. Makes sense. But I'm happy to take that trade. Let's go Ren and 6. Plus Wooded Foothills. Land. We could just hold up Paw Patch formation here. I think I'm just going to Prismatic. Use our sorcery speed spell. Then next turn we get to Creativity for we'll have 5 lands and 2 tokens if we fetch. Okay, they have Magmatic Hellkite, which makes sense. Still not showing me. They can't run Consigned to Memory. I think they sometimes do run Consigned to Memory. Okay, they miss with their Shardless Agent. Okay, so let's go plus here. Do we just go for it? I think I'm just going for it. Creativity here and here. We'll see what we hit. Archon Elish Norn would be the ideal. Okay, they do Solitude, exiling Elish Norn, which is interesting. Okay, we get Valgavoth. So that's interesting. Would have preferred Archon there. They have to sacrifice all of their permanents. So that doesn't really work. Because they would have had to sacrifice the binding. Valgavoth not great into Solitude because, well, Solitude counts as one of the permanents to sacrifice 2 Valgavoth essentially. Yeah, and the opponents can't beat a 9/9 with that. So yeah, we get a win there over what, 4 color Ritual. yeah, move on to round number 2. Right, yeah, so we're on the play here. And yeah, I think I like our hand. The Dwarven Mine's a little bit awkward, and we can't actually cast it to Fairy. So this could go and get Arid, could go and get Elegant Parlour. I think that's fine. I don't really want to play out the Dwarven Mine first. We'll get an idea of what we're against. Flooded Strand, Foundry. If it's Ragavan, okay, so we obviously need to do something about that. So we need to go and... So if we get Jetmir's Garden, Mountain... No, unfortunately that doesn't work. If we go and get Elegant Parlour, again that doesn't work. This is a little bit awkward. Mountain Forest Plains, so it's not... We do need plains. I think we just surveil here. Another land. Another fetch land. Actually, that's good. Because now we can go top that one. And then we can go and get a land. We can get Grixis Triome. Oh, we can't actually do it because that was the wrong land, wasn't it? Steam Vents doesn't work. Grixis Triome doesn't work. So yeah, we can't binding this, unfortunately. So I think we'll just play our land and pass. If they play a bombardment or something, we'll just Paw Patch formation it. They do have some decent spells they could hit. Like Renin 6 would be rough. Actually, I might not be able to fetch green with this. What do they hit? They hit Creativity. Yeah, just a bit of an awkward. Having a bit of an awkward time with our lands. Don't know. We'll see what we want to do this turn. Voice of Victory. Do I Paw Patch formation to just make a food? Draw a card, make a food? No, I don't think so. So, could get Thundering Falls, because we have the green mana here. Could get Grixis Triome. Actually, Grixis Triome lets us binding and Paw Patch. If we want. Okay. So you could binding here, Paw Patch here. We don't have Creativity. How much do we mind about this Ragavan? Or we could just go Fable. They probably have Discharge. I think we're just going to take another hit and go land. Yes. Fable. Like, it uses all of our mana here. We don't have a good target at the moment for Paw Patch, apart from the treasure, which isn't great. Okay, opponent cracking their treasure, which is interesting. So we could have gone Paw Patch to kill this to prevent that, but... they have an arena. So we get to discard draw here. We might end up discarding the Paw Patch. Haste. Oh, is this Spyro? Okay. So they haste the voice. They're attacking for quite a lot here. 2, 4, 6. They're attacking for 8. They hit discharge on our side. They discharge their own. Oh, right. Okay, just to get some energy. Okay, well, if we can hit creativity into something, maybe. Okay, so we do draw another white source. So let's go discard, stomping ground, Paw Patch. Because then we could potentially go to fairy and binding. Okay, we find instead double binding. So we go to fairy, bounce, a voice, draw, and then binding the Ragavan. We don't have double planes is the problem. Oh, I discarded my forest, so I can't actually binding. I can just double binding, which then puts us to 1 life. I could go Dwarven Mine to block. That doesn't seem great. Oh, discarding that forest was dumb. Could go to fairy bounce, but then if we don't hit anything, I think we just have to go shock, go to 4, binding this, and then we're dead to quite a lot of stuff. Binding the Ragavan. Okay, let's see. Dead to bombardment, dead to land flage, dead to lightning bolt, which some people play. Dead to another Ragavan. Can't remember if I said that. They have another haste. Yeah, okay, they do have second Ragavan. Okay, so yeah, I just kind of got in a mess with the lands there. This is, I suppose, a very good matchup for Raph and Mikey. So what do we want? We've got the 3 Brotherhoods End. I'm not massively keen on the Teferis. Paw Patch is good. Reprieve is good against Flage. Spellsnare is good. Leyline Binding's kind of awkward. I think Teferi. Yeah, let's just go -3 Teferi +3 Brotherhood's End. I feel like we should be okay here in this matchup. Archon's not great, but I guess this is thinking about this matchup makes me reevaluate Raph and Mikey actually. Okay, a little bit of an awkward hand. We do have turn 2 Renin 6 and a Galvanic Discharge. Sure, we'll try it. Like, obviously Archon is not good, so let's just play a Dwarven Mine first so that we can Renin 6 next turn. I guess I could have gone and got a Triome and then discharged. If they go Guide of Souls on 1, we'll just discharge it. Okay, Surveil Land on 1 is good for us. You do put 1 on top. Okay, so let's go land. I'm just going to go and grab. They could have brought in Blood Moon, thinking about it. So let's get Stomping Ground. Yep. plus. So yeah, there's varying numbers of blood moons that Boros plays these days. Do need to be careful of that. Okay, Ajani. I think we're pretty much compelled into just killing both of these. So I think, yeah, I think I'm just going to keep the board clear. So let's go discharge here. Kill that. Kill this. And now we can hold up in case they just go, if they fetch basic planes and blood moon us. Less likely given this potentially. Okay, that's pretty good, but we can just kill that with Ren and 6. I guess the risk is they have discharge. Please no. Yeah, they have kept in discharge. I guess if we draw creativity. So let's go and grab. So we need definitely planes. We've got an elegant parlor. That turns off blue, but actually the only blue we have now is spell snare. So we definitely need planes. So it's either Jetmir's Garden, but yeah, I'm just going to surveil here. Discharge. Yeah, we'll keep that one, because then we can go kill both of these. Make a dude. So you need to use the prismatic ending now. Use it here. And then pass the turn. Still able to hold up Poor Patch as well. I'd probably just cycle it here. I guess another option would be to wait for the opponent potentially to give something flying. And then you can kill it with Poor Patch, but they could go Legend of Roku here, which will also eat our Poor Patch formation. I'll let them attack. I'm probably not blocking this cat. Just discharge now. Deal 1 damage. Yeah, we'll just take that. Okay, they have Flage. Okay, so they kill our dwarf. So yeah, I'm just going to cycle the Poor Patch. Okay, we find Brotherhood's End, which isn't the worst draw. Okay, so easy one here. Play the Fable. Play our land for turn. Pass. So they're probably just going to escape Flage, kill our Goblin. We are in a bit of trouble here. Especially if they have Arena of Glory in hand. They've only got 2 cards in hand. Okay, no Arena. Ranger Captain is interesting. I'm surprised they don't just Flage us. Because that's very good into Brotherhood's End now. Ragavan. Okay. Oh, so this makes me think they have Blood Moon. Because they couldn't cast Ranger Captain if not. But if we get to Brotherhood's End them here, they might sack. Okay, they do sack the Ranger Captain. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We are going to have mana for that next turn. Like, how good is just casting? So we go attack, they block. We go Archon of Cruelty. One, two, three, four, five, six. Play the land 7. Attack 8. They lose a creature. They flip a Johnny. They go Flage. Them sacking the Ranger Captain really hurts here. Is it worth holding on to this Archon to just hardcast it? Or I could just discard these 2 lands and look for something better. I think I have to discard because otherwise they're just going to go Flage. Yeah. Okay, we find creativity, which is nice. I am going to attack. Do we want to attack? We attack, they block. Then next turn we can go 1, 2, 3 for Brotherhood's End, and then creativity everything. I mean, they're going to kill this with Flage anyway, but do we want to let them flip a Johnny here? So block here, flip a Johnny. I think that's fine. Remember that Brotherhood's End deals 3 damage to Planeswalkers as well. They don't. Oh, am I just dead? If I messed up, I don't think so. Voice of Victory is fine. If they go land Flage, we could just die. Okay, they're not escaping the Flage. But we know they have nothing in hand now. So we can just creativity for a bunch. They find creativity, but they can't cast it. Okay, so Ragavan in hand. So we get to go attack. So the creatures left in our... Oh, we've got Raph and... Oh no, it doesn't matter, actually. So we could creativity first, because these are going to die anyway. So creativity, both of these. We hit Valgavoth. 2, 3. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so 5, and then we have enough mana to, yeah. Then we can go Brotherhood's End. 3 damage to each creature. Okay. So opponent concedes. Interesting question as to whether we cast a Ajani for 2 life. We probably cast Voice of Victory for 2 life, go to 7. I wouldn't want to go any lower than that, because then the opponent can go draw Arena of Glory, cast it, cast Flage, and just burn us out. Okay, so is there anything we want to change? I don't think so. I think we'll just run it back. On the draw is going to be significantly harder. We probably even need to mulligan quite hard for like a, I was going to say Galvanic Discharge, but this hand's actually pretty perfect. Like, just control the board early, make sure they don't get too far ahead, and I might even not bother discharging a turn 1 creature. I think the only one I discharge potentially is Ragavan or Guide of Souls. Okay, well that one's getting discharged, yeah. Okay, Blood Crypt, yes. I don't think I'm going to play around. Some lists run a one of, what's it called, Mana Tithe. Not going to play around that here. Okay, Voice of Victory. But it doesn't have many cards in hand. That's a good draw. How afraid am I of Blood Moon? If they Blood Moon us next turn, I think it's significant enough that I play the Arid Mesa. Question: if they don't Blood Moon me, do I crack for basic planes? Okay, basic planes. Is this Blood Moon? It is Blood Moon, so we will go and grab our planes. We do have a reasonable answer in Fable, which we'll play here. Okay, they have the corresponding Flage, which is rough. They kill the Goblin, but we do get the trigger, and we can obviously creativity the other side of this. Spell Snare, not a good draw. Sot's Guard, definitely that one. Okay, we find Binding, which is actually interesting. So let's go. This costs 4, so we can play it here, but we can't obviously play it in the opponent's turn. They missed a land drop. I'm just going to Binding this right now. They could play another Blood Moon. They could also find Thraben Charm. We can creativity for 2 next turn, or we can Brotherhood's End. The opponent can't cast Flage, which is good. We take 3 damage down to 8. Got Ranger Captain. Okay. See what they go and search up. Probably Ragavan. Okay. Question is, are they going to crack it? We will be flipping Fable this turn. It's interesting. Opponent thinking about whether they want to sack it or not. They haven't. So we could go Brotherhood's End. We could do land, see what they do. Oh, I didn't go and get the, because we've got the planes, I didn't think about it. So if we get Dwarven Mine here, we can only creativity for 1. Okay, the opponent does sack. That's fine. Okay, so now we just pass. And then this turn, go for... We kind of hope they Flage, I guess. They go Flage. Can we we can creativity for like 3. We can also copy something with Reflection if we hit an Archon. Although they're obviously going to kill this with Flage if they do cast the Flage. We know they have Ragavan in hand. They discharge here. They find another Flage. Okay, so we can now only creativity for 1. Oh, that was a blunder with the... Yeah, with the Dwarven Mine. Although I guess I couldn't have done it anyway. Tarn. So I could go... The trouble is if I fetch and we don't hit Archon, if we hit, they escape Flage and kill us. If we find Valgavoth, we die. If we find we have to do something, right? So I could go Brotherhood's End. No, we have to do it now. I could Creativity of the Voice, but I think... So if we hit Valgavoth, we die. There's nothing else to be done here, is there? No. Oh, come on. Oh, that's so rough. Because now they just Flage and kill us. Well, we took our 1 in 3. So if we hit Raph, we're good because whatever that hits is going to gain us some life. If we hit Archon, we're good because it makes them sack this. We gain some life, draw a card. Unfortunately, yeah, we rolled the 1 in 3 and yeah, we lose because of it. But that's how it goes. Only 1 life in it as well. If I hadn't played that Dwarven Mine by mistake, I still lose. Yeah, 1 point of life in it. Oh well. Well, you know, those things happen. Like I say, I think we played to our outs. We had a 2/3 chance of probably. I mean, the let's say we hit Raph into Vagavoth, we probably just that just wins us the game because we gain 9 life. Raph into Archon would draw us a card, gain us 3, so we'd go to 6. Just Archon would do the same thing. Actually, just Archon is probably better because it. I wonder if fetching. So there's that interesting turn. Sorry, I think it's good to review. So that interesting turn where they had the Ranger Captain out, and I kind of went. I played Dwarven Mine for turn, and then fetched it to kind of bait the opponent into doing it. But actually, if I'd held that back, it would have played better. Although one of them was Discharge, wasn't it? So actually, they could have just held that, but they were choked on mana. Interesting. This hand's kind of rough, but well, I do like a turn 2 run and 6. We do have an ending. We can surveil. Well, I probably should have. God, how am I regretting my keep already? Well, I mean, we can surveil. Like the thing is, if we're on the run and 6 plan, the additional lands don't really do anything. Play out our Arid Mesa. People think we're Boros. Okay, we went to Belcher, which I'm not a huge fan of here. Let's go Elegant Parlor. That's not a good one. Kind of gives the game away that we are not Boros. But I mean, we're going to play a Ren and 6 this turn anyway. Paw Patch Formation, not actually a bad draw, because it can interact with a hard cast Belcher, interact with Lotus Bloom, okay, Trainer, see what they find. I'm probably just going to Prismatic Ending that, honestly. Okay, they find Whir. Okay, that's a decent draw. So let's go Prismatic Ending here, because this prevents Flare of Denial. I mean, it's something we side out. So actually, we only have one target for our creativity, and that is Valgavoth now. Falaji. They do find a land. See if they take it. So they can't Whir this turn, which is interesting. So actually I can just creativity. Thundering Falls. Another Ren and 6 is not what we want. So if they just go Belt. Oh, this is only enchantment. I thought this was artifact or enchantment. Okay, well that's a bit worse then. Leyline Binding is a good draw. I am just gonna go for a, especially now we've drawn the Leyline Binding. Let's go Dwarven Mine. Oh. See if they have the Force / Flare / Disrupting Shoal. They run a lot of free counter magic. Okay, they do have that. Round 6 is on 6. Slowly ticking up towards this Raph. The Leyline Binding is actually a really good draw. Maybe we should be kind of afraid of a main deck Harbinger. Are they just going to cast a Belcher here? Please no Harbinger. Please no. Okay, I suppose this does let them go off with Tameshi. Oh, yuck, are we going to lose? Could have held up Binding there, but then they just flare that. So actually we couldn't have done anything. I haven't seen Belcher for a while. Okay, have they got the Belcher? 7 mana. Hover over, concede. They do it again. 9 mana. Yeah, they do indeed have it on turn 4. Yep, nothing, couldn't do anything there. Maybe it's a poor keep. Right, artifact, creature, or planeswalker. So yeah, we want the Serenade, we want the Consigns. I'll bring in the Orim's Chance and the Disputes as well. Binding is fine. Teferi's good. Poor Patch. Enchantment, no. Reprieve is very good. Spell Snare only hits the creatures, and I don't think that's worth it. Discharge is definitely not worth it. I think in terms of creatures, Leyline of the Void is probably fine. 2 more cuts. Binding's not amazing, but it's fine. Trim one of those. I think I'm going to trim a Valgavoth. I think we really want Archon. Maybe we do want 3. Oh yes, we'll trim a Renin 6. Actually, Renin 6 is really not that great. Would I rather keep in Binding? Let's try this. Oh, pending. Okay, so pending should be, yeah. That should definitely go. Maybe keep in Renin 6. Maybe 1 discharge isn't too bad for Tameshi. Modo sorting X's at the end is almost got me there. Consigns, yep, that looks fine. Not running Boseiju in the side is interesting. I guess Boseiju is very good against Titan. Is it that good against Titan? Yeah, it is pretty good against Titan. Yeah, let's see how we get on here. a pretty similar hand to last time. This is a mulligan. This is actually okay. I'm going to put the discharge back. And try and just go red and 6 into Fable. Spend a bloom. So what do we want? I think I'm going to go get a Triome here. So if we get Jetmirs and then Mountain Forest Plains. And this one Mountain. Yeah, we'll get Xander's Lounge and then we'll grab. Really don't want this to get forced. Seeing as we don't have another land. Yeah, okay, yeah. Now we're in trouble because I've fetched, or haven't fetched the bindings. Binding mana, what did they pitch? Thunder Trap. We do have the Serenade for a potential. Okay, final land, that's really lucky. Play this. I wonder if we're meant to. Yeah, I wonder what we're meant to do here. Because we can go potentially binding. Okay, well that's unfortunate. I think I'm just going to discard the Archon. Opponent did shock in, so I think what we're going to do is we can attack, and then if they were for bloom here, we could just binding it right now and then counter the other bloom, but that is bad. Into, I think I am going to binding. Right, in an interesting turn of events, the opponent force of negations are leyline binding. So now I have to hold this Strix Serenade. Then they have one card in hand, so I'm assuming it's Belcher. So we hold the Serenade. I guess could have waited until their upkeep to binding. Actually, I'm doing that's fine. Okay, well we can potentially creativity here. Trouble is if we creativity. Attack. Do I just wait for next turn? So I could go creativity on 1, see what we hit, bad into dispute, or I can go, oh they might be looking to, oh if they were for Belcher here, so 3 is all their mana and they'd have to find. I think I have to, we'll go for 1. If we find Valgavoth, it's okay. Actually, we only have legends in hand, and I quite like to make another treasure, so I'm actually going to creativity the reflection. Sorry, legends in the deck. We do find Valgavoth, which is the best one, because that does stop Tameshi now. Land. No, we don't want another land. We can creativity anyway. Trouble is, if they were for Belcher. Yeah, and then it's 3 mana to activate. Yeah, okay, so I should have bindinged in their turn. I can worth a 0 for what? Yeah, that's kind of rough. Had a bit of a rough time of it the last couple games. Without access to Thoughtseize, that seems quite difficult. Strict Serenade. Unfortunately, yeah, they had the line that plays around that as well. Yeah. Don't know. I've had a few. I feel like we've had a couple of close cases there where it just didn't quite work out. They definitely could have played tighter against Boros. There. Well, yeah, there as well. Definitely should have been binding in their upkeep. So let's say we go binding in their upkeep. They float. Actually, it wouldn't matter. So we go binding in their upkeep. They float 3 mana. The next Lotus Bloom goes off. They have another 3 mana. They were for Belcher. Would we have had lethal? How much life were there? Could we have then just gone creativity for 2, hit Raph? But then they still have force. So actually, yeah, I don't think we could have done too much more there. Okay, well, I'm going to keep this hand again. I do like a turn 2 Ren and 6. See what the opponent has. Flooded Strand. Okay, binding. Let's leave the land and pass. Okay, looks like it could be Boros. Yeah. Okay, so Boros again. But nothing on turn. It could be Jess. Oh, could be Jeskai. Okay, so we're going to want to hold up binding here. So we go and get this and then Steam Vents. And for us, yes. Okay, creativity is fine. Yeah, just in case it's Jeskai. And they go. Yeah, okay. So if they go Philia here. They could. So the question is, do we binding now? They could consign the binding trigger. Let's go land. just gonna, yeah, we're gonna do stuff at instant speed. If they go, actually, if they go Riddler, okay, they don't do that. So what are we afraid of? I think I'm just gonna binding, I think. So go steam vents. Because I want to use my mana here. Well, they could consign this trigger. We find another binding. I have to go Ren and 6. Plus land go. They could have another Ophelia, I guess. They don't. Could have Casey Jones. Casey Jones Ephemerate or Casey Jones Consign. Red. It is that one, so they draw 3 cards. We do have creativity though. Let's grab another white source. Graveyard land. Another Ren and 6. Tick up. I don't think we can go for... Yeah, I think we just need to pass now. Because if they, yeah, I mean, they're going to consign this trigger, which is kind of annoying. Okay. I'm probably just going to let this attack Ren and 6, honestly. Although we do need another land. Actually, I'm going to binding. So we need swamp, so we'll grab Xander's Lounge. Binding. They could consign the binding trigger. I guess if they now Ophelia this or destroy Leyline Binding, they get Casey Jones back, which is a bit awkward. Okay, there's the Riddler. I'm going to try and kill that end of turn. And well, if they go for anything. Okay, they don't. At what point are we just on the Ren and 6 game? So I could go creativity for 1 here. I think I just want to go tick up. I think I'm just going to play a Fable. I want to hold up green mana. I am very afraid of Ophelia here because if they attack, flicker, Leyline Binding, get Casey Jones back is very good. Okay, well, they're not doing that at least. Yeah, I'm trying to be patient here. The opponent has to interact with our Ren and 6 at some point. If they just play a Riddler, that's fine with us. To fairies, that's fine. If 4 mana. Hopefully this is Jace the Mind Sculptor. In the year 2026. I mean, it's good. I'm going to hold on to this Paw Patch formation. It's just good at killing Riddler, essentially. I think actually we can get Dwarven Mine here, which will force the issue with Jace. Find another creativity. Yes, so we discard Renin 6, Dwarven Mine. Reprieve is actually a really good hit. So we could go land, creativity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can only creativity on 1. So I'm going to go combat. Just go for attacking. Actually, I shouldn't have discarded the land because I'm going to try and ping. If they go failure here, I'm just going to reprieve this. Could have Solitude, I guess. Okay, they do have Solitude, pitching the failure. So now, white, blue, black, so we now just prismatic the Jace, I think. So tick up here, grab Dwarven Mine, play Dwarven Mine. I don't think they run Force, so go blue, black, white, red, prismatic on 4. Okay, so that's good. Next turn we've got Renin 6 ready to ult. They can go Riddler potentially. I think they run prismatic ending. Okay, they have Flage. So you could go Flage, escape Flage. We prismatic Flage and go creativity. Actually, we just creativity for 3. Oh, we can't creativity for 3. We can only creativity for 2. Because we haven't got any creatures. Yeah, okay. So creativity for 3 costs 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah. So we can go Dwarven Mine. So we go Dwarven Mine. Actually, I guess 2 is fine because whatever we get, 2 really good ones. Right, because we either hit Raph. If we hit Raph, then we get the other one anyway. If we hit the other 2, they have to sacrifice the Flage. So I need 2 mana. I want to hold up Paw Patch and Prismatic potentially. Yeah. Maybe I was meant to... No. Okay, that's good. Can I just cast Flage over and over again now? I think I can. Because it's just going to leyline itself. So this is actually infinite damage. Ooh. If a card you didn't control would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So why has that... That's interesting. I wonder if that's a bug. Because in my mind, I can cast it. If a card you didn't control would be put... I think that might be a bug. Do tell me if not, but I think I should just be able to continually cast Flage over and over again. If a card you didn't control would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. During your turn, you may play cards exile with Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value. So I think we should be able to cast Flage, deal them 3 damage, we gain 3 life, and it only costs us 3 life to play. So I think we could. I think that's just infinite damage. I may be wrong, but yeah, I think that doesn't work the way it's meant to. Okay, so Jeskai, Elish Norn. Although, like I said at the beginning, we do have to be careful of Blade. What about Spell Snare? So good into Phelia, but that's it. So I don't think we really want that one. I think Strix is good, especially into Jace. Oh, Dispute is good. I don't think... Okay, so I'm definitely cutting Raph here because of Solitude. Problematic Ending's fine. Teferi's good. Poor Patch is good. Well, it destroys Fable, it destroys Riddler. Reprieve is fine. I think I only want one more cut. Ending is good. Binding's an interesting one, but I think it's good. Do we trim a Poor Patch? Do we want another? I think I do want another Strix. Let's trim one Binding. I'm just a bit afraid of how it interacts with things like Teferi. Actually, I might trim 2. Like it. Do we want Consign? Like consigning Phelia triggers is good, but don't know. Okay, easy mulligan here. Yikes! This one's pretty poor as well. Can we win a game going down to 5 against Jeskai? Okay, well, need to put 2 back. I think we just go bottom land, and then yeah, see how we get on. Like it's not even the best 5. Drawing something like a Ren 6. Okay. So we need Jeskai colours. I think we're just going to grab Thundering Falls. Well, we don't want that one. Okay. I wonder if I'm into Reprieve if they go Phelia here. Phelia? I'm never sure. Okay, they don't have it anyway. If they go for a 3-drop, I'm definitely going to Reprieve it. Okay, they Surveil Flage into the graveyard. If they go Riddler, I'll probably dispute it, honestly. They Surgical. Okay, well, we only run 1. They do get to look at our hand, which is very reactive. So the threats we have left are Valgavoth and Elish Norn. Okay, let's see what they want to cast. If they go Riddler, I'll just dispute it. They do get a shock land. Fable, I mean, yeah, we're just going to reprieve. So you need white mana. Okay, we do find a land, which is nice. Stomping Ground. Maybe I shouldn't have played the fetch land there. No, I should have just shocked in, because if we draw creativity... Casey Jones. I think I'm just going to use the dispute here. Is that weird? Oh, what? Just discharge this and then dispute? Yeah, I think that's better, honestly. Well, drawing 3 cards, actually. Let's go and grab another Steam Bed. Yeah, I'm going to dispute this. Like, it might be that they don't have a land. Like, or it might be that they want to discard cards for Flage. Less likely. Okay, they don't have a land. We find a Fable. Shock this in because we have the discharge. If they play their Fable again, we can go discharge the token. They need to be aware of Jace. Okay, Riddler is good, especially if they have a consign. Which looks like they do. But still no land for our opponent. Another prismatic ending. Fortunately, we get to do some stuff. Yeah, I'm going to attack here. I want to make the treasure. Opponent may not block. Yeah, that's fine. Fail again. Kind of want them to go fetch land Flage. Now reprieving that is very good. I will reprieve the Fable again. March. Yeah, March is fine. No point in reprieving it, really. Apart from to draw a card. Tear. I think I'm going to reprieve that one. But they haven't got white mana to cast it again. We find another Fable. Okay, Ragavan. What are we discarding here? I think it's land. Discharge. No, probably ending. Okay. So I want to cast the Fable. If you land, Fable, Ren and 6, kill Ragavan is probably the play. Like, is this the 4th copy of? Oh, no. That was close. Ren and 6. Could go plus. No, let's just kill the Ragavan. I don't think the opponent... Oh, hold on. I mean, this does put us dead to any untapped land from the opponent, because we just die to Flage plus Riddler attack. Yeah. Okay. That was kind of weird. Like, it was our sort of very few cards in hand. Maybe, what did I reprieved a Wear Tear. Maybe I should have saved that. But then we did need to draw gas. Did we see anything that makes us want to change? No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, again, this hand's fine. It's just having Valgavoth in hand is just really bad, but we can just discard it to Fable at least. So we'll lead off with Wooded Foothills here. If they go turn 1 Ragavan, I probably won't discharge it. Probably just Ren and 6. So we need Mountain, Forest, Plains. I can't get Forest with a Surveil land, so I'll just get the Garden. Okay, we draw Creativity. Maybe I should have led with Dwarven Mine last turn, actually, in case they counter this. We can at least then play Fable. They're going to counter this. Is it Spell Snare or Strix? Okay, Strix. Yeah, because then we could have at least played Fable next turn. As it is now, we need to draw a land in order to do that. Yeah, okay, that's rough. See if they have the Felia. If they go Casey Jones, then we can go to Fairy. They won't be able to consign the trigger. Okay, Fable. I think I'm gonna... We could discharge here. And then bounce this. What is the play here? I'm gonna discharge. Because if we draw... If we draw Creativity, sorry, if we draw a land, we might want to... Okay, so now do we... I think actually I'm going to play to Fairy. so we can creativity in peace next turn. Oh, we don't have a land. Let's say they solitude this. We got Valgavoth. Nothing giving haste is that great. We have Archon, we have... Okay, I'm just going to attack here. They have 4 cards in hand. They're at 10. Yeah, I think we're just going to creativity. Like if they solitude, we'll just take the 2 for 1. I guess would they have done this if they didn't have solitude? But if they solitude and they have to discard a Flage, it's not bad. Force of negation. Okay, I didn't really expect them to play that. I mean, they would have forced to fairy, but these are, I mean, again, we take the 2 for 1. They don't discard anything, which is interesting. Ashiok. Okay. So, notably, we don't use the graveyard that much. I think I'm now just playing to fairy and plussing. No, I'm going to play Fable. Let's go Fable, land. And I'm not going to bother attacking Ashiok. Like, the opponent is at 8. Flage is rough. Okay, Riddler is also very good. I think we have to bounce the... What have they got here? Flage is also very good. I think this is slipping away from us, sadly. Because they have Flage in the graveyard now for next turn, and they have the Riddler as well. 1, 2... I mean, we're so far away from this Valgavoth. 1... Yeah, discard. Okay, we have Discharge, which is nice. They go Flage when they have 1 energy, so we have to save to fairy for that. I mean, I'm going to have to discharge this. Let's cycle. Okay, we find creativity, which is interesting. What I'm going to do is we'll... Oh, I should have attacked there. I was done. Missed 2 damage. So let's see, because hopefully they go Riddler. Elish Norn. Okay. So discharge here. Okay, I'm surprised at that. So we've lost Valgavoth, but we can... Okay, so we can either creativity in their Elish Norn and one of our creatures, we've got Elish Norn on the field. If I go creativity, both of these, we hit Elish Norn and Archon of Cruelty, which is just fine, right? If we do this and this, we could, yeah, I'm just creativity in both of our things. I'm really surprised the opponent didn't go Flage. Like, we won't get a trigger. Wait, hold on. Is this the wrong one? Oh, I thought this was... Okay, I have been misreading the entire time. I thought this was the other Elish Norn. I thought this was this one. Yeah. But sadly not. They have Riddler as well. Oh, that's just... Yep. Okay, so I thought I had this Elish Norn. So they're going to go Flage. Can't actually kill anything here. Okay, so they get loads of cards from Riddler. If they find Solitude, we're just done. I also should have been bringing this in against Boros. Reading the cards. I just assumed this was this Elish Norn. I've not seen this one in quite a while. Got a few punts here. The opponent could have a consign, which would be rough. What are we doing? I'm going to go to Fairy, because then they can't consign. Can't consign our Archon trigger. No more lies. Okay. So there's no point in attacking with this. Yeah, this does have vigilance. What if they double block? No, this is fine. If they double block, they just die. Yep, they sack the Ashiok. I mean, they have to block both, but I mean, this is a free block, so. Play the land and pass. So they can go Flage, double trigger. If they find exactly Arena of Glory. Flage, they go to 9. So yeah, Flage, 2 triggers go to 9. If they have like a lightning bolt, they are shooting that. So yeah, unfortunately, I think they have like a discharge or a bolt or something, which is obviously really rough. Yeah, that probably loses it for us. Because now I don't have anything else. And like, I think we're forced to creativity their creatures. I'm going to creativity both of their creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We haven't got anything left because we had the Valgavoth. We've lost the Archon. We have the Elish Norn out. Notably, this, if we played Dwarven Mine, it wouldn't make a thing. Okay, they hit another Flage. Is that the only creature though? Trouble is they can just cast Flage every turn. Oh, hopefully they go for Riddler. That would be even better because I can dispute that. I mean, they could read fairly easily that I've got dispute in hand. Okay, they warp it. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, maybe I should have disputed this. No, they just Flage. Hopefully they have another Riddler. No, they're going to cast the Flage. Yeah. We have things that can deal with Flage. So we have Binding, Dispute, Ending. Reprieve is not one of them, unfortunately. Let's go land, pass. I can attack though, interestingly. So yeah, definitely a case of misboarding here. See what they do. They have another Flage in the graveyard as well. Ragavan just dies because of Elish Norn. Oh, maybe they hit that from... Oh, yeah, they must have hit that from our creativity. Yeah, because then it just dies from Elish Norn. Okay, yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I definitely... Obviously, I punted by not bringing this in against Boros as well. 5 mana. I mean, yeah, we'll take the opportunity to just Mystical Dispute that. Notably, they do still have a good attack because they can just hit Elish Norn. Oh, I could block. I'm going to Surveil and see what's on top. We go to 5. Actually, going to 5 is no good. Yeah, I have to block this. Because otherwise they just go attack and then escape another Flage. Oh, another Arid Mesa. It's a problem. That's pretty good as well. comes Flayed, probably. I'm going to Surveil here. I just can't see many ways that we ever get out of this now. Well, Poor Patch Formation isn't bad. We can like kill the Riddler. Do I kill the Riddler? I don't think so. I think I need to... Okay, well, we're doing some stuff. Oh, we can counter the Flayed on the way back down? Okay, find another Poor Patch. We're doing some stuff. Okay, they have no lands left to go and get. Counter that one. I wonder if I'm meant to just Poor Patch for another draw spell. I think I am. Draw a card, make a food. Well, that's a good draw. That's not, however. Keep that in hand. I don't think we can win this when they're just flaging every turn. It's been a long old game. Yeah, I'm just going to concede here. I think we can't do anything. Yeah, so again left thinking of all the misplays. I think that Elish Norn, I just assumed it was the other one. So then when they hard card, so it shouldn't have been in my deck, and it definitely shouldn't have been in my deck, and it definitely should have been in my deck against Boros. And I should have played differently, but yeah, we'll play round 5. Thundering Falls. Yeah, I'm in for a reprieve. Very good pickup with this hand. Ragavan. Notably, we can reprieve our own spell if they hit it. So looking like Boros, but could be another Jeskai potentially. What we'd love is for them to hit Ren and 6 and for us to reprieve it. So yeah, we'll just go and grab. It needs to be white mana, really. Yeah, we'll go and grab Elegant Parlor. Yeah, we'll top that one. Go Scalding Tarn, Prismatic Ending here. Doing a pretty good job of looking like we're Jeskai. Although I guess Jeskai wouldn't play Wooded Foothills that they hit with Ragavan. Now we could go Poor Patch formation this coming turn. Okay, looks like the opponent's on Jeskai. Could reprieve. I think that's fine. I think I want to let them attack and then see what happens. Okay, so now we reprieve that. Draw another creativity. I'm probably just going to creativity here. Yeah, we'll creativity. Okay, they have for solitude, of course. What did they exile? A solitude. Yeah, now we're not in great shape. I wonder if I was meant to like Paw Patch formation. Oh, they're just drawing so many cards here. If I'd gone Paw Patch formation and creativity, that. Okay, the opponent's definitely doing the things. So we need to draw like a fetch land is fine. Let's have another solitude, of course. Renan's. Oh, we don't have. Sure. Not a lot to be said about that one. So we do not want to bring in a Norn. Strix. So we do want the disputes. I'm going to keep in Raph. Like I think we just might even be that we want to bring in all of our creatures. Discharged, okay. Spell snare, no. 2 more cuts. Pending is good. Paw Patch wasn't as good as I thought. Maybe trim 1 binding, maybe. Although that is good against flayed. Yeah, actually I want binding. What about reprieve? Let's trim the reprieves. Bring in a consign. Oh, consign actually stopping solitude is big. I wonder if I'm meant to bring in Orim's chant. I don't think so. No, we're gonna mulligan this one. This one's better. I'm just gonna bottom the consign, I think. I wonder if I'm meant to fetch triomes more aggressively, make sure I get all my colours. I think I will fetch a triome here. I wonder if I meant to Paw Patch formation. Yeah, I think I will Paw Patch formation here. Go and get steam vents. Yep. Okay, draw the Xander's Lounge. Discharge. Okay, given our hand, I'm actually just gonna surveil, like keep this open to just draw a card. Yep, so Elegant Parlor. Definitely graveyarding those. Dwarven Mine. I think it's going to shock in. Then we can hold up binding and... Oh, we can't because we haven't got swamp. Okay. They missed a land potentially? No. Will they? They're ephemerating. I think therefore we just go binding. Definitely, yeah, we're definitely in the face of ephemerate. We're definitely doing something with this. Another binding. Play the mine. Opponent could consider consigning this. Because it depends what their hand looks like. No, they shouldn't consider consigning this because we have the food token. I guess we could be on creativity for 2. Arena of Glory. So yeah, I will be cycling the Xander's Lounge. Okay, we find Archon, which is obviously not really what we want. I'll attack. If they have failure, we'll just discharge it. Opponent goes for a fetch. It's probably going to surveil, yep. Okay, they're 1 on top. They could have Flage, like Flage Consign, in which they go exert arena, cast Flage with haste, and consign the trigger. Casey Jones. Okay. I'm just gonna discharge this now. Another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think we can actually cast this Archon is the problem because I don't think we have any more black producing lands. Have they got the consign? I think they had the consign a couple turns ago when they considered. Okay, they're replicating it in case, I guess, we have dispute or something. We do have more surveil lands, which is nice. Thundering Falls. Yep, definitely want that one on top. Go to combat. Let's see if they have. They do.
So I guess I'm going to let it block here, which sounds odd, but if they have Ephemerate, I value our dwarf token more highly than the 1 damage. If they have Ephemerate, they can just block and eat this. Whereas if they want to save their Folio, they'd have to let this go. Play Fable. I could consign this trigger. I think weirdly I'm going to keep the Archon in hand. Oh, they purge. Okay, that's okay though. I'd rather they purge that than the token at this point. They have 5 cards in hand. They're exerting again. This is Casey Jones. Could be Flage. Elish Norn would be rough. Something big. Solitude. Okay, that is annoying because they're going to eat our goblin. Okay. I'm going to cast a Leyline Binding. I think it has to be Ragavan. Oh, they have another consign as well. Okay, so now we need to draw creativity. Good to get the Bloodstone Mire off the top. Consign. Okay, well, we have to just pass the turn. Dwarf can block the Ragavan. Yeah, no blocks. That's where they double flage us. Ashiok is okay. It turns off our fetch lands, but we don't really care at this point. What did we mill? Fable creativity. I'm just going to consign this trigger. I don't think we can... We're not going to beat them drawing a million cards. I mean, they're just going to unwarp it next turn. Ren and 6 is annoying because we can't search. There's nothing in our graveyard. Thing here. Can just attack, but that doesn't do any good either. Probably just have to block. They draw a million cards with Riddler. They surgical consign. Okay, so they know what we've got in hand. We unfortunately can't. Yeah. Do I block here? They're attacking Ren and 6. like, yeah, we'll take that. We don't care about running 6. They might be worried we can fetch another black source. Yeah, surprised they did that because they'd have lethal next turn. Dwarven Mine. I don't have. Oh, if I had the black mana, but I don't. Okay. Need to draw creativity. I can gain some life potentially. Okay, still no creatures here. There's a Flage. Okay, they deal us the damage. Yeah, that's just lethal, right? Oh yeah, because they can arena it anyway. Oh, yikes. Okay, obviously you're not a very successful league. Definitely didn't play the best. Like, it felt good in some respects. Like, obviously Elish Noon should have been a slam dunk against Boros. I'm not convinced on these. Like, I know people have been having success with it. I'm just not convinced. Like, you have. This is just so bad into Solitude. Although maybe really good against like other things. It's just you're never sure what you're gonna get. Like, bit of a box of chocolate scenario. Like, your creativity for 1, and sometimes you're really praying that you hit a specific one of these, and you just don't. And you know, sometimes the game in the early game feels really, really good when you're ticking up running 6 and reprieving everything, but then other times you just get steamrolled. So yeah, not sure. I'll probably play it again, but do let me know if you saw any other glaring misplays, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Cheers.